I'm gonna do internal feeding. I'm start by verifying my physician's order. I'm gonna check identification. Could you give me your first name and your last name and your date of birth? I'll mix it up with my MAR. I will check for allergies with the patient and against the MAR as well. And then I will wash my hands. And then I will put on my gloves. I will position the patient in a high flowers position. And then I would prepare my feeding, shake it up. I'm gonna pour it in the bag. I'm going to prepare the tubing, prime the tubing. And now that I have my feeding ready, I'm going to check for placement of the tubing by verifying the pH and checking the residual. If it's less than 250 milliliters, I would just insert it back in. If it's more than 500 milliliters or two checks that's greater than 250 milliliters in 1 hour apart, I will stop the feeding. But since it's not, I'm going to continue on and leave the feeding on. I'm not going to stop the feeding. I'm going to flush 30 milliliters of water into the tube, and then now I'm ready to connect my tubing with my feeding. And then I would flush it every 4 hours if it's continuous, before and after if it's intermittent, and then I would check for residual every 4 to 6 hours. And then I'm going to assess and clean the abdominal site daily. And then I would make sure the tubing is changed every day along with the syringe. And then I would make sure the patient is in a semi-flowers position. The bed is in the lowest position with the rails up. And then I'm going to document the feeding, the residual, the site, if the patient was nauseous, and then the intake and output. And then I'm going to wash my hands, and that's it.
Okay.
We'll take over.